So here we are. It is nighttime. I'm in my office with no extra light, just what's on the ceiling and what's coming off of the computer. And I thought that it was incredibly important for me to record this video because, truthfully, I know that I need to be making YouTube videos. I have been thinking about this for such a long time. I've even dabbled in it a little bit, but I just feel like I am making up every excuse in the book, and I have put this off and avoided it. And so I thought it would be a great idea for me to do it in near imperfect conditions so that there are no excuses going forward. I can just get better from here, all of that kind of thing. So, quite possibly, this is the worst time. It's a Sunday night. Like I said, it's dark outside. There's no natural light. My hair, I just threw it up in a ponytail a little bit ago. My kids are watching a movie. My husband's not home, so they literally might barge in. I don't know. There's shadows going on behind me. I mean, these lighting conditions alone are horrible. But I know that if I'm going to start really navigating this world that I know I'm meant to live in, I need to just take the first step. And I've been putting it off for way too long. So I thought it would be a great idea to talk about actually the top 5 reasons why I have avoided making videos for YouTube. Because again, like if I start at the worst, if I just start off with all of the insecurities exposed, then I feel like it can only get better from here, right? There's no, anybody can't hold it against me. Somebody couldn't hold something against me and be like, oh, well, her lighting's terrible. No, I know, I'm telling you, my lighting's terrible. Or, her content isn't that great. Like, I don't have time for all that kind of stuff. And I thought, you know what? I need to record a video on a Sunday night when, near imperfect conditions to be able to get this going. So, let me tell you the top 5 reasons that I have avoided posting videos on YouTube and really just avoided moving forward with the channel in general. So I have my Remarkable 2 here. That is the best thing that I own, I think. But I've got some notes on it. So you might see me looking down and referring to those notes, but that's what I'm doing. So, number one, I hate the way I'm awkward on camera. That's the first thing. That's the first reason that I have avoided jumping on YouTube, which is so stupid. I know that, but it's totally true. Um, I am awkward on camera. Number part of that, let me just get into this. Number one is I don't always love the way that I look. I feel like I want to be more healthy and blah, 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 and present myself in a better light and all of these things. I've got all these things that make me feel awkward on camera or maybe not my best. And so, that's one thing. And then number two is part of this is I don't always love the way that my voice sounds or that I trail on or all of that. Like I've got a lot of camera issues. So this is just a whole new world. And so I'm just going to have to get used to it. And I know it's part of the whole thing that I'm supposed to be doing. So, but the first reason that I have been avoiding everything about this is because I really genuinely hate the way I show up on camera. I know it's going to take time. I know that, I know all the things that you're going to say, or that anybody who loves me and would be like cheering for me, they would say. But I hate flattery. So I don't want to be told, like, no, you did a great job. When I'm like, we all know I did not do a great job. Or, no, no, you look great. I'm like, we all know that it didn't look great. I don't want any of that. But I do know that, over time, things will get better if I start doing this every single day or whatever challenge I'm going to put myself on in order to move forward with this whole process. I know it will get better. But for right now, I genuinely hate the way that I'm awkward on camera. And so it's the biggest reason I've been avoiding posting videos. Second to that is that, let's see. Oh, my background. It bothers me. And what's funny about this background is I actually even turned my desk. So you'll see it in another video. But my background right now is genuinely just like the back part of my office. And I normally have like my hanging degree right there. And I just hated the way it felt and looked and all of that. Like I put that up for myself, but I didn't intend for it to be a backdrop. But I didn't intend for any of this to be a backdrop. So anyway, that's something that I hate. And as of right now, it seems like this office is going to be the best place for me to record in. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get over or like set up my backdrop, because as of right now, it drives me nuts. So when I'll show you my bookshelf later, but when I show you my bookshelf, even that, I'm like, my books are all cattywampus. Is that even a word? They're just falling over, and I'm like, it just doesn't look. I'm not even going for studio here, people. I'm just going for like, it doesn't look horrible, like this is just everyday real life. But this is a reason I've been avoiding. You need to know that. I've literally been avoiding this because of that. So that's number two. Number three, this one's embarrassing to admit, but here we are. I realize that by showing up on here, I am trying to be profound. It's so embarrassing, but it's 100% true. So there's a lot that I care about in regard to um, a lot of things. And I'm sure we'll get into those things as we go. But as a result of that, and as a result of like my education and the direction I want to go with all sorts of stuff, I feel this internal pressure to be profound. Um, and it's so embarrassing to admit because it's like, it's hard to even say this, but I'm like, I know that I want to be seen eventually as a thought leader. I know I'm a trailblazer, all of that. And so as a result, I struggle with not needing to be seen as profound. Um, I think very simply, I want to take these really big concepts and make them very practical and tangible and applicable to people's lives. And so oftentimes I'll get lost in research of something, but the truth is that at this point, like, I don't need to be profound. I just need to show up in the way that I show up, which is like, I genuinely care. I want the best for the people who are around me. And I want to convince them that, their life matters so much and there's so much for them to do and who they need to be and all of that stuff. So I need to set aside my own ego in the sense that I don't want to sound profound. I don't even care if people think I'm profound. But that's something that's been holding me back from this whole process. Can you even believe that? Again, super embarrassing to admit, but it's totally true. Number four. Oh, this one's fun. Also embarrassing to admit is that this would be like my number one kryptonite. I'm just going to put it out on the internet right now. My number one thing that you can do to like take my legs out from under me is for me to be misunderstood. And so I've grown a lot in this in the last probably 15 years or so of my life, but still, it's still there. I it is like it guts me when I feel like I'm being misunderstood. So I've been avoiding posting because I know that putting myself out to the internet is just a recipe for or an opportunity to be more uh, widely misunderstood. And so, because I hate that, because I truly hate being misunderstood, I've not been posting videos because it's like if we were drinking coffee together and you had the opportunity to say to me, if I said something, because I say some things, sometimes I just think out loud, or like I'm like speaking in what I'll say is like drafts, like I'm speaking in my first draft or second draft. It's like we used to have the saying where we would say, this is my first thought, might not be my best thought, like that kind of world. If we were at coffee or doing something fun together, you could be like, "Hey, hold on, what did you say? What did you mean by that?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, thanks for asking for clarification," or "Oh, thanks for giving me a chance to say this. This is what I meant." Blah blah blah. That doesn't happen here. And if it does, it's via comments, where it's like, "Hey, I didn't like how you said this." And it's like, "Oh no, blah blah blah. I didn't mean it that way." Or maybe I did mean it that way, but I still want an opportunity to um maybe mend or like make sure we're still good. So anyway, it's one of the reasons I've been avoiding posting is because genuinely I just hate being misunderstood. And I know that this is an opportunity for me to experience that in multitudes. So that's the other thing. All right. The last major thing that's coming to mind, I know there's other things than this, but these were like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm recording this video on Sunday night. I'm getting it up, posted, all of that. I'm just going for it. And so I just jotted down the things that have been like lingering in my mind. I know there's more than this, but this is a really good start. Number five, 100% is that I've been avoiding posting because in my heart and in my soul, I know that I feel deeply convicted to have this channel and to move forward in making videos and making some other things, um, and growing my business and all of that stuff. I have these like deep passion, deep convictions for it. And so I just feel like there is so much at stake. And it's one of those things where it's like almost this slight self sabotage where I'm like, there's so much at stake. So I just won't post at all. Not the best idea, but that's the truth. That's where I've been at. Um, so yeah, I know that there's a lot at stake for me to actually post videos. There are things that I'm super passionate about and that I want to put, um, you know, information together. And I just want to, I really want to instill courage in people to really be able to go through things they need to go through in order for them to be who they're supposed to be and do the things they're supposed to do. Like that is ultimately my mission in life. And that just feels so heavy. Like there's a lot at stake here. And um, so what if I mess it up? Like, what if I, don't say something right? Or what if something I say, like, you know, fill in the blank. So anyway, I appreciate, I'm like, if I watch this video once, if I am the sole viewer, that's amazing. I don't even care because I needed to keep this promise to myself to go ahead and start posting. I feel like I'm years overdue, and yet I feel like I'm right on time. And so, yeah, I appreciate the time and letting me get all this off my chest because, again, if I can post right now and, it's kind of the most imperfect conditions, then it can only go up from here, right? So, anyway, and also I've never done this before, so I've not like edited. I don't know how to do all of those things. I've been watching so many YouTube videos. Specifically, I've got two people recently who I've been just kind of becoming friends with. They don't know that I've been referring to them first name basis, but they've been doing some really great challenges and video series on, really encouraging people. Specifically, I don't know if this is like the YouTube algorithm world or what right now, but it's like, the whole like people over 40 need to start a YouTube channel and all of that. Well, guess what, my friends? I turned 40 a couple of weeks ago. And so I'm in that group now. Um, so I'm just going to be learning as I go and imperfectly, but perfect. It's the way it's supposed to be, as in, um, I need to get better. I need to make this a part of my life. So anyway, it's been great having this little fireside chat, if you will, and I'm excited to see what comes.